Hi, this is Brett Yerger, and today I'm going to be talking about intelligence security training, which is put together by Team Byrd, which comprises of myself, Brett Yerger, and Jason Schmidt. Intelligence security training is a solution from Team Byrd of an intelligent tutoring system designed to teach security fundamentals to software developers. It comprises two types of security. One is an offensive security skills, basically teaching you how a hacker goes about making an attack, and defensive security skills for teaching you how to code securely to keep this from being a problem. And we were focused in the Java programming language. Next, Jason Schmidt will demonstrate how our application is currently working in our prototype.
Here you see the standard view of the Eclipse IDE with the overview page. From here we decided to embed the intelligent security training in the tutorials area and use some of the hooks into Eclipse for that. So here you see intelligent security training from Team Byrd. This will link you to the core area of the product. It's also reachable by menu and toolbars, but we'll just show this in the prototype. So from there we go to the security training area, which, as you see on the right hand side, gives us all of the security knowledge model that we're applying in this case, so both offensive and defensive security. And the whole point here is everything is done in context of the code. So you see a sample project, which is a deliberately vulnerable web application, and all the lessons will walk through this. So from each beginning point, you see in the offensive security, for instance, we start with code injection or injection flaws. So from the knowledge model, you can start working on the tasks. This walks you through learning about what each type of thing is, and also gives you the ability to begin the lessons. From here, we can hook into all the different things we want to do with the application and also assess the students' learning as we go. So to give a more concrete example, we can start from a defensive coding training. So in this case, we'll describe this particular portion of the defensive coding from the secure coding guidelines, give them background on what's going on. And from here, we can begin and create hooks into the application. So this part of it, so in each case we'll have vulnerabilities in the application. Then as we go, we can return whatever. So this is the solution to this particular issue. And then we'll have JUnit tests to confirm for the developer that they've completed the lesson. Click when complete, and then walk through from there. Everything will walk through the knowledge model, both on offensive and defensive, in context of the application, within the IDE, within the code, in a large vulnerable application.
What we wanted to do for the end user, the developer, is that we wanted to take an environment that they're already familiar with. In this case, the Eclipse IDE, which is a very popular IDE for Java developers. So we take the IDE and we wanted to add our stuff into this already existing environment. So the idea would be is that they're already used to this layout, they're already used to this. So typically they would see that there's a code they're working with on the left side. In our case, it's a custom project, but it would be a project they could be working with. And here is where they're centered and typically where they edit code. And what we have over here is our training model, our security knowledge model here on the right. They click a security knowledge training, and then they can begin and run through the security training through here on the bottom, interactive things. The idea here would be that when you click a certain button, it would go over here, open a piece of code for them, and it would take them to the line of code or to the method or whatever that has a security vulnerability, and then they'd be able to fix the security vulnerability, and then they can run JUnit, which we have down here as well, and once they run the JUnit, they would actually see the bug, fix the bug, and see that it's fixed correctly. So it would be one or more JUnit tests that would run through the code, and therefore let them know that whether they've actually fixed the bug or not, which would of course be what allows them to get past this lesson. So what we're kind of talking about here is two different areas. An offensive, which is how somebody goes about doing an attack, and we focus here on the OWASP top 10 attacks that are out there, are commonly done. And then we talk about defensive and how we would code in Java to prevent these different types of attacks. So we'd like to get your feedback as a person reviewing our project. Do you think the approach we're taking as a developer working inside of an IDE is a good approach to solving this type of problem or teaching a student like this? We'd also do believe that we're probably not going to be cover every single vulnerability that we have set for ourselves. So are there any particular vulnerabilities you think we should be focused on? And lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add or suggest to make our project better? Thank you for your time, and we hope you've enjoyed our presentation and our project.